Welcome to this final Black History Month session. My name is Hilaria, and I'm really happy to say it has been an eventful few weeks. And as today is the last day of this celebration of Black history, I wanted to take it to another level, make it another format, a discussion between me and you. Let's put the world right. No more throwing information at you. We're just going to talk. I want to thank everyone who's taken part the past few weeks, including the consultants who've taken the time to provide information needed by both kidney disease and transplant patients, their families, and other people with an interest in this area. So today, it is going to be about a discussion. As I said before, instead of throwing information at you, I want to listen to what you have to say. I want to hear everyone speak frankly, and I might not have answers for you right today, but definitely I would look for a way to get those answers to you. I know a lot of people are a bit skeptical about the new law that came out in May 2020, the opt-out law, and you have your chance today to air it, to actually sit with me and talk about your frustrations with it. You know, what you like about it. Don't be shy. It is your time to speak up and speak out. Otherwise, you'll never get that answer to what's been niggling at you for a long time. Alternatively, you can put your questions in the chat box if you're shy, and we will try to answer them. If we can get experts on board today, we will do that. Just before we finish the whole webinar, I will have an announcement for you at the end, and I think you want to know about it, especially if you are a community group. So again, I want to welcome everyone to today's webinar. It's going to be interesting, that much I know. So before we start, I want to play a video for you. So let me just go straight to it and play this video.
Right, well, you do need a coat on, Talia. No,
Welcome back, and that was little Talia. Talia had, she was a heart transplant hopeful, and a few months back, she passed away. A couple of months ago, she passed away, and her mom is in so much pain that, you know, she actually campaigned ceaselessly for this child to get that second chance at life. I was lucky that, you know, somebody who lost a close loved one was happy to, you know, agree to organ donation. And that is why I'm here with you today, talking about organ donation. And that's one of the reasons I want you all to actually come on and speak to me, talk to me about your worries, your cares. Leave your messages in the comment box. I'm going to put them on screen. And, you know, just before we go into the discussion fully, if you want to come on board, all you need to do is put your comments in, put your comments in the chat box, and I will send you a code to come into the studio with me. And we're going to be discussing today because it's all about you, the people. You are the ones that are going to be, we are the ones that we're asking to actually become organ donors. You are the ones that have the reservations. So I want you to speak to me today. Talk to me. I'll be coming in and out with information that is required about organ donation. And any questions you have, if you want to come out here and air your views, I'm quite ready. I'm quite willing to get you on board to do that. So just before we go on, I would ask that if you are watching right now, and you can see me, you can hear me, share this broadcast to people who would want to listen, and people who would want to air their views as well about organ donation. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, whether you are in the UK, whether you are in Europe, in America, it doesn't matter. We want to hear your views. It is important that we know, we understand from our own community what the issues are, what we should be looking at, how we should be working with you as a people, as a community, how we should be working together to help those people who are on the list, the transplant list, who are waiting, because a lot of people will not go online to advertise that they are suffering, that they need a transplant, or they are kidney disease patient, or they need a heart. Nobody, most of us in our community will rather keep that information to ourselves. These are the problems we have currently with getting people onto the organ donation list, register, sorry. And I really want you to speak today to let me know what your issues are, and we can discuss it right here. You can be as frank as you want. Nobody is going to come and hold you. If you don't want to come on, if you don't want to come online with me, then that's quite fine. I am quite willing to put your questions on the screen and we'll discuss it. If you can hear me loud and clear, please click on that smiley face or the like button. And I know you're listening to me. I can see that some people have come on board already. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm just hoping that more people would join us. And as you join, if you are watching me right now, please can you also, thank you very much for that like button. It gives me so much joy just to see that out there. So if you're watching me and you just clicked on that like button, thank you so much for that. Can you also just share from wherever you are watching from, whether it's from YouTube or from Facebook? Share to your friends and get them on here now, because this is important. It actually is about our community, and I want us to discuss this issue today. So if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and click on that bell for notifications, because we always put those things out there. This is the last day of the Black History Month, and it is such a special, special day to see that a lot of people have come online and they want to listen to what I've got to say. So thank you very much. So if you can, and you are actually watching from YouTube or from Facebook, if you are listening and watching, please type in where you're from. I'm from Manchester. So type in where you're from right into the comment box on Facebook or on YouTube, and I will put it on screen, because I really love to know where you're from, because what we're going to be discussing is going to affect you depending on the location you are. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. So also tag somebody in the comments you think should be watching this as well. So make sure that all these things are done. All the things I'm asking you right now, please do them. Share, like, and invite your friends on board. Okay, so going on, as you all know, the organ donation law changed. It has changed. It has changed. It is not coming. It has changed. Thank you very much for the love. Thank you. I really love that. Thank you. Keep them coming. So it has changed. So it's no longer it's changing. It has changed. So every adult over 18 is considered to is deemed to have given consent for their organs to be used when they die. Now, I had a question from somebody yesterday asking that this law, this opt-out law, how does it work? And I'm going to answer that question today, because the law, yes, every adult has been deemed to have given consent if they don't sign out of the organ donation register. Now, I'm going to beg you not to do that. It is your right to opt out of it, but I'm begging that people don't opt out, because currently the numbers have gone up because of COVID. It has gone up to 6,700, which are pre-2015 figures. So that means there are a lot more people who are waiting on the transplant list. So this is a frank talk today. I'm talking to people today. If it was you in that position, waiting for a transplant, begging, just like Talia was, how would you feel? Her parents watching her suffer. Today is not about black, white, green. It is about all of us, because we as transplant patients, we are all a community. When one person dies, it affects all of us. I especially, because I'm emotionally attached to everybody in that community. And that is why I do what I do. That is why I am here today talking to you and asking you to think about those people who are waiting on the transplant list. So as I was saying about the opt-out law, you'll be deemed to have given consent as an adult over 18 with this new law. But the question that person asked me is, how would that work? Now, I can tell you that when you sign up and you agree to organ donation, your family still have a say. They can still veto your decision to be an organ donor. So that means they can say no. And I know a lot of people don't know this. And you think that, oh, I've signed up, so it's fine, my family know, or they would honor my decision. But without you having that conversation with your family and telling them that, this is what I want, this is what I've done. You say, Papa, Mama, or Dad, Mom, I have signed up to the organ donation register. So I want you, and they will ask you, so what does that mean? What does it mean? You tell them. It means that when I die, I want my organs to go to be used to save somebody's life or improve somebody's life, because there are different organs that you can donate. It doesn't matter whether you have an ailment or you have a disease. It doesn't matter whether it's cancer, whether it's kidney disease, whatever it is, or you have a long-term health condition. Sign up to the register and have that conversation with your family, because when they know that you have signed up, then they would be more open to the specialist nurses when they come to them to say, would you consider organ donation? Because now already they know, because you've had that talk with them. So I'm asking you today that instead of thinking it's not my business, I don't care, the next person can do it, why can't you? I am signed up. My daughter signed up when she was signing up for her provisional license. She signed up. She has a card. So why can't you? So even when you sign up, even if something happens to you, your family, despite that card, they will say no. And what I tell people is keep signing every year, because that means you're determined to be an organ donor. I sign all the time. If I find a place where I can sign up, I sign up, and I sign off everything. And I can tell you that even yes, there's some situations where where organs cannot be used. I'm just going to say there's some information, some comments have just come through. Oh, yes. So this is Africa Reeve from Texas. Thank you very much, Africa Reeve, for for all the way from the US. That is amazing. Thank you so much. And this is Faiz Awan. This is my fellow warrior, Faiz, and he's just got his transplant. Faiz, are you coming online? Type in yes, and I'll get you on board. And This is Gina from my Manchester. This is my church member. Thank you so much, Gina, for signing in today. And oh, remember last week when we had the speaker about organ donation? This is Abdul Rais from last week for diabetes, and it's from Milton Keynes. Thank you, Abdul, for coming on board. And yeah, this is Ollie from Canada. Oh my goodness, guys, can you imagine this? And oh, Gwen, thank you so much for coming on board. Thank you for watching. This is amazing. This is really amazing. So if any of you want to come on board right now, if you want to come online and speak about your own views about organ donation, I will put you straight on. So let me know in the chats if you want to come on board. Okay, so if you do want to come into the studio to speak frankly, type me in the comment box and I'll be waiting to put you on. Okay, so so going back to what I was talking about organ donation. As you all know, organ donation is about, you know, giving somebody else. It's the act of giving an organ to somebody else. You know, somebody, you know, most of us would give to family. That is a given. Because when you know that your family, when you know a member of your family is ill, you want to actually give them, oh wow, you would not believe it. Cynthia, mom, dad from Nigeria. Oh my God. My dad, my mom, and my sister are watching from Nigeria. This is amazing. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you being online with me today. Oh, wow. That is amazing. So, guys, if you want to, oh, yes. Abdul wants to come on back. Okay, so I'm gonna send Abdul an invite. You just come right through. Abdul, I'm gonna send you a message. Let's see. Oh. I'm gonna send Abdul a message, and Abdul, if you just click on that link, it should bring you straight into the studio. Okay. So Abdul, that's for you. If you click on it straight away, it will bring you straight into the studio with me and we can talk. Nobody else can come with that because it's specific to Abdul. Okay, so so speaking about that organ donation, as I said, is about the act of giving somebody an organ. And already as a community, we already give our people, we already give our relatives, our organs, we donate to them. So nobody thinks about it. They just go and they do it. So really, I think what we're trying to do is we're asking people to think outside of the family, think outside of the family, think more about somebody on that organ donation list who needs a transplant. So what you should be thinking, I'm getting Abdul online now. Hi, Abdul.
Hi, you okay?
Hiya, thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure.
This is
amazing. You seem to be. I seem to be getting it. Right. That's better. No, I'm getting feedback. Is that right? Yeah.
No, I'm not getting any feedback at all from my side. So probably you need to put on your yes. If you put your headphones on, that should be fine. Your earphones, that should be fine. Because I'm not getting any feedback from here.
What I'm getting is a delayed conversation coming through.
Okay, I can hear it from there. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is, but I can't hear any feedback from where I am at the moment.
I've got them. I've got them on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how that will work out. So I was just
All right.
talking about organ donation, and I
Okay.
was saying that it is the act of giving an organ to people who are actually not related to you. Because right now, a lot of us we do provide, we do give, we do
Well,
donate our organs to family. But when it comes to donating to other people, we don't think about it because we feel, oh, what if I need it afterwards? Or what if my child needs it tomorrow? What happens? But that's not what we're saying. You know, yes, of course you can do life donation, which means you can give to somebody you know or a friend, or and most people will do that. But what we're saying is sign up to the organ donation register so that when you die, somebody who's waiting would get those organs. Somebody who is a match to that person would get an organ, just like I did. You know. So, what are your views on that, Abdul? I know you're getting a sort of a feedback or a delay, but let's just talk about that for a minute. I will let you talk, and I will keep quiet.
yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll try. First of all, thank you for inviting me, and I'm really pleased to hear that your parents are listening as well. They must be really proud of you. I think you're doing a remarkable job. On the question of organ donation, one concern I have is that, first of all, you talked about filling in the consent form and so on and so forth. I believe you're talking about the UK only because it's in the UK that we have a law which says that you're automatically in unless you choose to opt out. I don't know what the situation in the rest of the world is. So that's maybe something you could address. And also the second comment is about the organ donation itself. In a lot of cultures and some religions, there's a question mark over donations. I don't believe that it's actually true in the sense of, certainly from my own uh, point of view. I can tell in my religion, it isn't forbidden to save a life, but supporting religion as well. So my question really is, how do we tackle that? How do we deal with people uh, uh, who think their organs, that God created us as one piece and who wants us back as one piece? So that's really what my question is about. How do we convince those people that there's nothing wrong with trying to save a life after your death, or even during your lifetime? For example.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Abdul. Well, I can say for sure
Question of
that
kidney. You can donate a kidney and still live healthy life.
going over each other. So yes, I do agree. You're right. I should have mentioned that. Sorry, guys. The law came in. The law it became law. The opt-out law became law in the UK from the 20th of May. So if you're outside the country, it doesn't really apply to you. If you're outside the country and you have family in the UK who need a transplant, you can donate to them. That is handled by the hospital where your relative or whoever you're donating to, where they are. So that is one part of it. Now, the second part that Abdul is talking about is about, you know, educating people about organ donation. That is why I do what I do. Every chance I have, I would speak in different community groups when they have the events. If before the coronavirus, I was going everywhere. I was talking to people. I was in schools. I was in churches, and also if any events at all, I would go, because I felt, because of my experience and having waited for so long, I felt it was my duty to actually promote organ donation and also to dispel those myths about organ donation. And I can tell you, because that's something I'm going to talk about today. I just want to very quickly just go through, you know, everything. And I want people to continue asking questions. And while we're at it, I've just had somebody from Nigeria, Glory Eze. She said, "Well done, Hilaria. I'm watching you from Nigeria." So this is my classmate from university. That's over 30 years ago. So don't guess my age. So with that, so thank you very much, Abdul. I can see you've come off. So thank you all for staying with me. So as I was saying, why is organ and tissue donation important? Organ and tissue donation is important because people who are in need of transplants are willing, they rely on people like you and me to donate our organs or tissue to save or improve their lives. And you can see, because there's a whole huge community of transplant patients who are there and, you know, hoping for somebody to come forward to help them, to say, I want to give you something, I want to donate to you. So you as a person in the UK, you can sign up to the register. It doesn't apply to people in Nigeria or America or Asia. It doesn't apply to you at all. It's only if you're a citizen and you're based in the UK, you are able to sign up. You also, thank you very much, Fez, yes, and blood as well. Fez just said in the comments, and blood donation. We want people to also donate blood, and that's something that we are campaigning about, because we really need people from our community to come forward, not only organs but also blood, because they are scarce at the moment. And with coronavirus, it's even needed more now than before. And so if you're watching and you are in the UK, if you've invited friends, if you know people who are watching, if you have friends in the UK, please just send them the link and ask them to come on board and to come and join us on this webinar, because it is a really, really important topic. So last year, 1,580 people across the UK donated their organs after they've died to save or improve the lives of about 3,760 transplant recipients, and also giving hope to thousands of patients who are still waiting. Imagine that. You know, it might seem a small figure, but it says a lot. It changes people's lives. Look at me. Yes, of course, there are complications afterwards, you know, but it takes you off dialysis. It does. And, you know, I have to say that unfortunately 372 people died while waiting for that call last year. This year it was Talia, and you saw her video earlier on. This year, another little child, I'll just put her picture up very quickly. Let's see, I think I've taken that off. So I'm just going to bring yes, okay. So last year it was Anaya, and I was campaigning on behalf of this little girl called Anaya. And would you believe that thousands of people came out to test to see if they were a match, and a lot of them were not. Another person who actually came on thought he could donate to her, to donate a kidney to her, but he wasn't a match. He went into the pool, there's a pool you go into, shed pool, when you go into to donate to somebody else. He went into that pool and he gave to somebody else because he couldn't give to Anaya. But thankfully, somebody in the hospital where she was being treated heard about her appeal and came forward, went to test, and she was a match. And Anaya got a transplant, and that is her. She just celebrated her 1 year, a 1 year of celebrating being a transplant patient, of getting her kidney, thanks to that person. Surinda is her name, who came forward to be her donor. Elvis from Germany is just asked, can there be a law that makes everyone a donor when dead? That is what I'm talking about right now, Elvis. We have in the UK, the law came out in May 2020, okay? In May 2020, that everybody is now considered, every adult over 18 is now considered to be a donor. Okay, so that is, you are a donor except you decide to opt out. So when they say opt out, it means you go in and there's a box when you go into the I'm just trying to see if I can find the website. Okay, that's the website scrolling at the bottom. So if you go to www.organdonation.nhs.uk, if you go on there, you click on that link, it will take you straight to, the part of the website where you can sign up, where you can, either sign up or opt out. But I'm asking people not to opt out. So that law came in, so people can still sign. The people are, able to still sign in, so that the families know that they want to be organ donors. But the reason we're having to continue our campaign, asking people to continue to sign up to be on the organ donation list, is because a lot of people are going and they're signing out. And not just that, families can still say no, even if you're signed up. And I know a lot of people don't know that. So there's a law already. And a lot of people know there's a law, and a lot of people are scared. They're going, oh, the government is going to own my body. The government is that means that they own my organs. So I have to opt out. And there's a lot of fake news going around on the internet that, if you don't sign out now, if you don't opt out now, then, you don't have a say. You still have a say. You can still decide now you want out of the whole thing. You have a say. And nobody would force you. But why we're campaigning is because we're asking people to continue to sign up and then have that conversation with your family. Have that conversation with your family and tell them that you signed up to the organ donation list. Because if you don't tell them, they would not know that you have signed up to the organ donation list. You let them know that. And I tell people, tell your friends, tell your closest friends, tell people. I tell everybody. I tell everybody. I say it online. My husband knows, my children knows, my family know that this is my wish. If I die, then my organs can be used. But I have to tell you that, there are situations where your organs cannot be used. You have to die. You have to die in the A&E or in intensive care for your organs to be used for organ donation. There are situations where you don't where you don't have to die in the hospital. That is when you are donating tissues. So you can donate tissues even if you're dead. And the most versatile one is the eye. You use the cornea to improve the sight of people who are blind. And I've heard of people, I've seen people. I hope I can find somebody who will come on board and talk about their experience as a blind person and how they saw after their cornea was replaced. So thank you very much for that, Elvis, for asking that question. So now, moving on, how do people come to need a transplant? They come to need a transplant through different reasons. The first one is sudden illness or need, because sometimes, like the kidney, is very versatile, and you can use your kidney, you can drink and do everything you want. It is so strong, it will take a lot of abuse. But then it takes it up to an extent and it can't take it anymore. That is when you drop. Okay, that is when you need, it becomes a sudden need. You need a transplant. So then you have to start talking to your families and telling them, oh gosh, they said I need a transplant. Just recently, somebody called me from Nigeria and said, my sister's just been diagnosed. My sister has just been diagnosed with kidney disease, final stage. She needs a transplant. What we have here in the UK is a health system that doesn't look at if you're poor or you're rich. All they know is you're sick and you need help. A lot of people won't come out. That's the first time I'm seeing somebody come forward and say, I need help. My sister needs help. And that is why, I do what I do. I'm campaigning the UK, but I hope that this message gets to people outside of the UK, that people, think about others and try as much as possible to support them through whatever issues they're going through, whether it's dialysis or if it's transplant. Another reason people would need a transplant is a slow decline in health. So as I said before, the kidney can take a lot of abuse. And you can donate a kidney or a liver as a life donor. If you are donating a liver, the liver, even if they take a little bit of your liver, it will regenerate. It grows back. So you see how wonderful God is. You can donate one kidney and you can live on one kidney. See how God is great. You can live a healthy life for the rest of your life. I have only one kidney now and I'm living. I'm able to function normally. Of course, there are niggles here and there. I'm not going to say it's a straight, plain sailing. No, it's not. Another one is it's hereditary. So some people, it passes down from father to children or mother to children, whichever one. Or it might be related to the race you're from. So it depends on, what part of that, what area or what country you're from or your family health history. It all depends. And you become a kidney disease patient or you need a heart and, the different transplants that are needed. A related illness. I know somebody who, I know a few people who have a disease, a particular disease, which makes them susceptible to kidney disease as well. And, that's another way of needing a transplant. And then, like me, unfortunate circumstances like mine, when I had a miscarriage at 22 weeks, and then, became very quickly unwell, had septicemia, multiple organ failure, and then I lost my kidneys. So when you look at how much people suffer, why would you not think about helping people, and getting them to helping them live a normalish life? Yes, there's the medication for life, but I can tell you right now that it is impossible. It is impossible to ignore people who are ill. So I think I'm going to bring Abdul right back. Abdul, I hope you haven't left the studio. If you're still on, you can come right in. I've just put you back on screen. I've just put you back on screen, Abdul, if you come back in. Hi.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you see me at all?
Yes, I can see you, but I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's do it that way then. Basically, what I was going to say, just to make a comment on what you said with regards to, there are circumstances where the organs may not be able to, be used on other people.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify that obviously, if you have diabetes, then the most damage that is done to your organs is kidneys, among other things, kidneys, your liver, and even your blood. So if you have type 2 diabetes, and if you've had it for a long time, they wouldn't be using your blood or kidneys or a liver, because obviously then there's a risk of causing diabetes to the person that they're being donated to. So it was just to clarify the situation, that it isn't a question of, I may want to volunteer, but as you know, I have type 2 diabetes. I've had it for 20 years. So the chances of, my kidneys or other organs being fully functional are quite slim, and therefore they wouldn't be risking those. So just to clarify.
Okay, so I'll just come in there, Abdul, and tell you that even if you have a long-term health condition, the advice is you sign on, because on that day, the doctors would make a decision if they can use your organs or not. There's some people who have gone onto the organ donation list, and unfortunately, they've not been able to use their organs because of one issue or the other. So even if you have a long-term health condition, it doesn't stop you from signing on. On that day, when it comes to that point, the doctors would assess and they would decide if it is possible to go ahead. Even if they can't use your organs, they can use your tissues. They can make a decision. They can use the cornea as well. So we're not trying to say, a blanket rule for everybody. But if you want to donate, don't worry about it. When if you're signing on online and you want to speak to somebody, you can just go to the I'm just trying to see if I can get the number up. You can either go to the website, or you go to I think it's 0300 2323 0232323. I will find that number and I'll put it up, because it doesn't really matter if you have a long-term health condition or not. All we're asking is go on the list. Let the doctors make that decision, so that somebody would have that hope, that hope that, yes, something would come. And that's what we're saying. We're not trying to stop people from going onto the list. Even if you have diabetes, you can still sign up. I have diabetes. I'm on the list.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And I can give you an example of a gentleman who, in Pakistan, who passed away a few years ago. He had diabetes. He had other health complications. But he said, before he passed away, any organ that you can use from my body, please go ahead. And they found that most of his organs by that time were not much good. But they found his eyes to be fine. So they actually did an eye transplant to one eye to one person, another to the other. So he actually, even after his death, you're absolutely right. He gave life to two, or sight to two people. So
Yes.
you're right that it isn't, you know, just because you think I've got diabetes. But I was just clarifying that certain organs may not be of use. But as you say, sign on anyway, and
Yes.
let the experts decide.
Exactly. Yes. So thank you very much for that. I'm just trying to put Fez on. Fez wants to come on board. Fez, that is the link for you. So if you want to come on, you can come on board. I'll just take Abdul off. Although I don't want to take you off, Abdul. I'll just put you in the waiting room. Okay, Fez, if you can just click on that link and come right on. Okay, so based on what Abdul has just said, if you remember, Dr. Campbell, thank you very much, Dr. Campbell, for coming on today. This is amazing. Dr. Campbell has just said diabetes cannot be transmitted to the recipient through the organ donated. A diabetic can donate a kidney if working okay at the time of death. Okay, so thank you very much for that, Dr. Campbell. So you can see, and that is why we say everybody should sign on. It doesn't really matter if you have a long-term health condition, even if you've had cancer. The doctors would make a decision on that day, and they will decide if it is okay to use your organs. They will actually tell the patient, give them all the information they need, and get their permission to use that organ before they will go ahead with the operation. I have been through it, and I know how the process works. So this is just in the UK. I don't know about other countries, but this is what a consultant who is also a surgeon and does these operations, that is what he's saying. So please, I'm going to leave this for a bit until Fez is able to sign on. Oh, Fez is in now. So there you go. Hi, Fez. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. So what do you have to say about the topic organ donation? Let's hear you.
Really just echoing what you've been saying already, that we need to talk to our families, have the conversation, normalize the conversation, educate more people about the myths they may have regarding organ donation. And you can obviously find facts on the website that you've given below.
Yes.
And yeah, just let's educate people and normalize the conversation and talk about it.
Yeah.
If you do obviously change your mind, your family is always approached at that point. So if you do for whatever reason want to change your mind, that's also possible. It's not like once you've made a decision, that's it. So yeah, you've kind of covered a lot of the bases, really. It's just echoing what you've really said. But I think it's very, very important, especially within the BAME community, that people have that conversation and share their wishes with their families. And hopefully it will, in the long term, help patients who are waiting still for an organ or tissue or blood or whatever it is they may be waiting for.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Fez. Thank you. So do you have any question, anything that you want us to talk about right now? Because it's Frank Talk today, and it doesn't matter what anybody says. It's really...
The only thing I was really thinking about is why the BAME community possibly don't donate as much. Now, there's obviously the cultural and religious aspect to things, and I totally respect everyone's cultural and religious views.
Yes.
I also think there is, how can I best say this without offending people? There has been historical mistrust with authority within the BAME community.
Yes.
So, for example, the Windrush scandal, or when Grenfell happened, or when 9/11 happened, or a lot of things have happened in the past that has caused mistrust within BAME communities with authority. And I think unless we start tackling those issues as well, that mistrust can simmer and stay. And although it's separate, as in this is a medical issue and it's not really like a government issue, so to speak, people are
Oh,
always
wow.
being
It
linked
is a government,
together.
a government issue, believe me. It is
Yeah,
a government issue as well. Because if citizens are sick, they can't go to work, they can't pay
yeah,
their taxes. So they are going to be working double, the government, to pay not just benefits, to also look after those people, get more nurses and doctors on board, So those are a lot of things. There's a whole lot of knock-on effects if, people are sick. So it is a government concern as well.
yeah. No, I get that, but
Yeah.
like, what I'm trying to get at, I guess, is because this is a medical thing, like
Yes.
donating your organs and tissue and blood and things like that. It's seen as an authoritarian structure,
Yes.
so there will automatically be mistrust.
Yeah.
But it's not the medical establishment, for example, that has caused the mistrust of, for example, 9/11, Windrush, etc. It's more the established government, if that makes sense. But
Yes.
because it's just seen as an authoritarian group, the mistrust they just connect the two.
Yeah.
And I think that doesn't help sometimes when it comes to trying to get those communities to engage. So yeah, I think that doesn't help. I've chatted to a few people about this, and they've kind of like steered away from the conversation because it gets a bit political, which is fine. If it's not everyone's cup of tea, that's fine. But I do think it could potentially be one of the reasons why, historically and even now, there is mistrust with authority figures from the BAME communities. And it could be one of the issues that simmers and why the BAME communities don't tend to donate, as well as the cultural and the religious aspect of things.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. You've actually just talked about what I was going to go on next too. I think Abdul wants to just stay on, Fez. I'm going to put Abdul back on. Abdul, if you unmute yourself, because I can't unmute you from here. If you unmute yourself and just say what you want to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on Dr. Campbell's comment. Yes, I agree with Dr. Campbell that just having diabetes doesn't automatically mean that your organs can't be used. All I was saying was basing on the fact that one of the organs, if you've had diabetes for a long time, one of the organs that's affected badly is your kidneys. And therefore they may not be of much use to somebody else. And of course, in terms of blood donation, there's an issue that if you have diabetes, then they probably wouldn't take your blood either. But he's right that it isn't. It depends on what stage you're at, how well your diabetes is, whether your organs can be used or not. But again, I repeat what I said earlier, that it's not your decision. You let the expert decide. Upon your death or what, even when you're alive, if you want to donate, please go ahead for it. And that's all it was.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So just very quickly, I want to go through how it works. How does organ donation work? Because I think that is another issue that most people have with organ donation. They don't really know how the process works. So they just think that, once I sign up, if I die, because someone actually came to me with a story that said, they saw somebody in London, the person collapsed and the person died. That the ambulance came and the paramedics were taking his organ out. And I said, what? I said, that doesn't happen. I said, where did you hear that story from? I said, whoever's told you that story is a liar. It doesn't happen that way. It is not. No, I refuse to agree.
Only if it was that quick.
That is what I heard. I was like, what? No, in the field. That would never, ever happen. So don't. So I just want to go through very quickly what's people, because this is the first time I'm having a lot of people, really listening. I'm looking at the numbers and I'm thinking, what happened today? So people, what happens is that the doctors will try to save your life first. That is the first thing. They've taken an oath to be doctors. So that's the first thing they would think about, saving you first. It's only in conjunction with your family, after they know that there is nothing else that can be done for you, every single thing will be done. I'm saying it because I was there. I remember vividly that they were fighting really hard to save my life. And this happened twice, 2008 and 2010. My husband can attest to that. My husband is a doctor as well. So he would not be sitting down there and then they're not doing anything. So they fought really hard to save my life. Unfortunately, I was lucky. God was on my side and I didn't die. So the doctors will do everything to save your life. And organ donation is only considered if your life as a patient cannot be saved, as I said before, and it only goes ahead after you've died. So what happens is that they have to find out, they have to test. There's a test that's done on your brain stem to make sure that you are brain dead. So there is not going to be any taking of any organs. And even with that, there's still processes to go through before organ donation takes place. And even if you're not signed up, there is a process. So the specialist nurse would come to you and speak to you. They are so gentle. I have one as a friend. She's actually on right now. Just put Sharon on. She says, absolutely amazing people, honored to know and work with them. So this is Sharon. Sharon actually does work with me. We work together, three of us, talking about organ donation everywhere. Sharon will be presenting with me next week with the Soroptimist. If you've not heard of the Soroptimist, well, you need to go find out online. There are a group of women who help women and girls around the world. So we are actually a large group all over the world. So I and Sharon, she's a specialist nurse. So the specialist nurse come to your family and speak to them and ask them if they would consider organ donation. If one person says no in the family or doesn't understand how the process works, they will try to explain to them. But if they still insist that they are not going to go ahead with the organ donation, it would not go ahead. The government, even if you sign up to the organ donation register, the government does not own your body or your organs. You signed up voluntarily. So it is up to you to decide if you want to do that or not. And you, as your family, play an important role in letting the doctors, once they agree to organ donation, in letting the doctors know your lifestyle, what you did, and everything to help them understand while they are doing the assessment. And believe me, a lot of families take comfort in knowing that their loved one has gone on to save lives or improve lives. So it is a good thing to do because all the major religions support it. Islam, Hindu, Christianity. Am I missing one? I can't remember. Sikhism. They all agree to organ donation. They think it is a good thing because you're saving a life. And that is one thing that we all serve one God. That is one thing that God says that we should do. Love our neighbor as ourselves. And we have to continue thinking about that every day. So who can be a donor? It doesn't matter whether you're old or you're young. You can be a donor. You can step forward and say, I want to be a donor. Some parents also agree to their children, young children who've died in hospital, in ICU, or in A&E, they agree to organ donation because they want to do something. A lot of people are stepping forward, but they are actually more from the white community than the ethnic minority communities. So I don't think that we should take a back seat and allow this to continue. We should be thinking about how we can make life easier for us as a community, whether we are African, Caribbean, or we are Asian. We have to continue thinking about our people because it's love for one another. So having said that, I talked about living donation, but I'm not going to go into it because Dr. Campbell is going to be here in November to talk about living donation because he's the lead on that. I am so lucky to have such wonderful people around me who are willing to help me spread the news, like Faiz, like Abdul, Dr. Agbo, who came the last time, the very first webinar. I just can't imagine the kind of, support I've received so far. And that's why it's going to continue. I also, I'm thanking the National Lottery Community Fund and the government as well for supporting me to do this. So when we talked about myths and facts, that was what Fez was talking about. He talked about, the Black Lives Matter issues, about the what was that again? The ship one from the Caribbean.
The Windrush.
The Windrush, yes, it just escaped my mind. The Windrush issues that cause distrust. There's a whole lot of things, religious and cultural beliefs, government institutions, as you all know, is the bad news that go viral. And we need to start sharing good news. I met a lady today from Sky. That is what I do. I speak to customer service people. I am talking about organ donation. I just found out that she's signed up to the register. Her mom is signed up to the register. She signed up her ex-husband to the register. She made him sign up, and she's going to talk to her partner right now to sign up to the register. I am doing something right, so you can do the same. So there's a whole lot of stuff, and the main theme is that distrust. That is the main issue, and we need to start getting over that bit by bit, because at the end of the day, we have to understand that it's not the government that is going to suffer. It's us as individuals. It's our families. What do you think, Fez?
I agree. I mean, it is us that is going to suffer, the people waiting, and yeah, but I also understand why people have that kind of, I don't know, I guess mistrust with authority figures, because it has gone on for so long and for so many years and for so many generations. Like it's kind of festered in us, so to speak.
Yes.
So I kind of understand it from both sides.
Yeah.
But I think the more we talk about it and the more we break the barriers, and kind of differentiate between the medical side and the foreign policy, for one of a better word, side of things, hopefully we can tackle each hurdle as it comes. I think we should acknowledge that this can be also a reason why there is certain mistrust with authority figures. But yeah, we just need to differentiate between the two and explain and kind of educate, and hopefully that will get people to understand more of where we're coming from as people who are trying to advocate for organ donation and blood donation and tissue donation, etc. And the other side of things, which aren't very pleasant, which our people have suffered from and have experienced.
Okay, thank you very much. And what about you, Abdul? What do you think, what we're talking about? You're muted. You're muted, so you have to unmute yourself.
Sorry. Yeah, I was struggling to unmute. Managed to get there now.
Okay.
I think we in the UK, we've obviously got constant awareness going on, and we need to still carry on further, especially within the BAME community. There is a desperate need to carry on. But I just wondered worldwide what it's like, whether there is awareness among the ethnic minorities, and if there is anything that can be done in order to link with worldwide organizations in order to help everybody realize that this is something that needs attention, and as a whole, the world community as a whole, we need to think about this. But definitely in the UK, I think the progress is being made all the time, and hopefully it will carry on, because we're still a long way off from where we should be. But worldwide, I'm not sure what the situation is, but I dare think that there isn't much awareness going on, and therefore perhaps there's a need.
Oh yeah, I can say there is a lot of awareness going on, because I do a lot of research. I know there is a program in India. I read about it. I know that there is a program in America, although it's not widely promoted like it's done here. And, you know, a lot of people are signing on. Unfortunately, it's not enough because America is a big, big, big country. So, so that is as far as I know. I know there's one in France and I know there's one in Germany. They all have programs, but they're not as, you know, like we do it here. We are talking about it on the media. We are, you know, pushing for people to be organ and donors. I don't know how their program runs, but for me in the UK, as long as we can get people talking about it and, you know, coming on and, you know, agreeing to organ donation, that is what I'm going to be doing. So just before we go on, because we've just slightly run over, what do I want you to do? What do I need people to do? What I want people to do is to record their decision, whatever it may be, on the NHS organ and donor register. Tell your family and friends when you're watching TV in the evening, you're at the dinner table eating, or you're going for a walk on Sundays or in the evenings. Just bring it up. I know it's awkward, but tell them, let them know that you signed up to the organ donor register and you want to be a donor if you die. If and when you die, and they should not go against your wish. I've told my family several times, and they're listening. Dad, Mom, my brothers and sisters who are online, you are hearing me again say it. Do not say no. Agree to it, because I want to, because somebody did the same. You know, they did the same for me, and that's why I'm here talking about it today. So get involved, and once you sign up, spread the message. Anybody you know, whether you're talking to a customer service advisor, whether you're on the bus, just ask the next person, have you signed up? And say, what are you talking about? Talk about it. It's very easy to remember the website, organdonation.nhs.uk. That's all you need to remember. organdonation.nhs.uk. That's all. Just tell them, have you heard about this website, organdonation.nhs.uk? And then that's where the conversation starts from. Believe me, I've done it and I know exactly, or I say, have you signed up? So please, everybody has a responsibility to sign up. Be you a doctor, a parent, a child, a nurse, administrator, even a manual worker, whether you are a bricklayer, a builder, you can talk to people who work with you and tell them to sign up to the organ donor register. Okay, it's organdonation.nhs.uk. I'm already doing it. What about you? So as I said earlier today, I said I will, I'm just trying to, I said I was going to put something up that you would be interested. I never forget what I say. So now the NHS Blood and Transplant are actually giving funding. So funding is now available from the NHS Blood and Transplant to engage Black, Asian, mixed heritage and minority ethnic communities in organ and blood donation. If you're part of a community of faith or belief organization that could help, please contact them. Oh my goodness, did I miss the website? I think I must have. So I'll put it on the website. I'll also put the website where you can go and apply. I'll put it on YouTube and also on the Facebook page, Warrior Survivors and Heroes. So if you're interested, if you are an organization and you're interested, please check the Facebook page and also the YouTube comment section. I'm going to post it in there so that you can apply for funding to help us spread the news about organ and blood donation, to speak to people about it and tell them to sign up to the register. For blood, it's www.blood.co.uk. So that website address again to sign up is www.blood.co.uk. And for organ donation is www.organdonation.nhs.uk. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you to Faiz and thank you to Abdul for coming online to talk about organ donation with me and to speak frankly about it. I want to thank the people who have contributed to the okay, so thank you for that, Faiz. I'm just going to put it up now. To people who have contributed today to so I'm just going to put up the website in the link so that people can see it. So that's the website, and I'm also going to see if I can put it up as I'm talking right now. Okay, so that would be, so that's the website if you are interested in campaigning for organ donation and blood donation. So that's the website at the bottom there. It's also in the link. Thank you very much for that, Faiz, because I actually thought I had it in the comments. So thank you to everybody who's been on, most especially to Dr. Campbell for coming on and speaking to us today. Well, not speaking, but commenting. Thanks very much. I really appreciate you coming out. So that is the information I have for you today. And I hope what's going to happen from now on, this is the last webinar for the Black History Month. From November, we're going to come on once every 2 weeks to give us time to do other webinars. So thank you again for coming on, and I will let you know the date and the time for the next webinar and the topic. Thank you very much. Okay, bye everybody, and see you some other time.